Retirement, like any other life event, is something that will inevitably come to us. This is the phase of our lives where we're supposed to enjoy the fruit of our years and years of hard work. It is such an exciting event, but most people underestimate the amount of planning that goes into it. Any stupid mistakes made during the pre retirement stage can rob you of the financial freedom and sanity that retirement is meant to provide. In today's video, I will share with you the 5 mistakes stopping you from retiring. Welcome to Thrive Tastic. If you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? And as always, guys, give this video a thumbs up for that YouTube algorithm. Mistake number 1: underestimating how long you will live. Retirement is leaving the labor sector so that you can finally enjoy the fruits of your labor. But the one thing you should consider is how long this fruitful season will last. To do this, you'll need to realistically calculate the number of years you live after retirement, which is only possible on paper for obvious reasons. Many individuals find talking about death to be painful and unsettling, but predicting your life expectancy is critical in retirement planning. Knowing how long you live is the most important factor in determining how much money you'll need to put into your retirement fund and to determine what your retirement portfolio will look like. For example, if you wish to retire at 60 and expect to live until 90, your retirement fund must be sufficient for 30 years. Although each person's time of death is unknown, there are some indicators that can help you create more realistic assessment. For example, if you have a terminal illness, does the nature of your profession put you in a dangerous situation? Is there anything your doctor is aware of that your retirement plan is not? These inquiries can assist to dispel the uncertainty regarding life expectancy. The worst mistake you can make as a future retiree is to underestimate your life expectancy. This blunder can cost you both money and time. The fact is that the longer you live, the more money you'll need to save and invest. That's why the sooner you start, the better. People who underestimate their life expectancy take a conservative approach to their retirement goals, whether it's because they started late and missed out on compound interest, or because they've outlived their retirement funds. The majority of them had terrible retirement experiences. If you're having trouble imagining how long you'll live, financial experts urge that you follow 3 crucial guidelines. The first is to ensure that you maximize your investing ability, regardless of your income, by expanding your savings power and taking advantage of tax-saving loopholes. Secondly, any retiree should have at least 10 times their annual salary before retiring. Finally, if you're still unsure about when you'll take your last breath, 25 years is a decent estimate to work with when determining the amount of years you'll be retired. Mistake number 2: overestimating your ability to work for a long time. There are many uncertainties in life, and job security is one of them. If you love your job, your intention is probably to reap the benefits of working past retirement age. But the thing with intentions is that they're just that. After all, one of the saddest realities of being a worker is that you can't be sure how long you'll work because every employee is at risk of layoffs, physical incapacity, or involuntary early retirement due to other unavoidable circumstances. While the goal is to maximize employment benefits and social security payments, overestimating your employment term will jeopardize your retirement plan. If you believe you'll work until or after the age of 65, you may be tempted to save less money for retirement than you should. As a result, having a pessimistic outlook during retirement planning is highly encouraged. By anticipating the worst, you give yourself ample leeway to make swift adjustments if your plans go wrong. So if you want to retire at 65, make sure you have adequate savings to last you, in case you are compelled to leave work at 55. Most retirees also suffer the consequences of assuming they will land another job immediately after they retire. Despite the fact that your extensive experience gives you an advantage, many senior employees nevertheless have difficulty finding work. Discrimination based on age and skills disparities are 2 concerns that may prevent you from finding a long-term career in your golden years. Start your own side job while you're still working to be safe. This way, you'll have something to fall back on if your income becomes obsolete. Diversifying your sources of income will also help you free up money in your budget and double your savings efforts. Before we proceed to the next mistake that's stopping you from retiring, I'd like to ask you guys, how old are you right now? And what age do you plan to retire? Or do you even think about your retirement? Have you taken steps towards achieving the ideal life you want after retirement? Let us know your answers in the comment section down below, and let us start to be aware of how important retirement planning is. Mistake number 3. Disregarding the financial consequences of health-related events. Although it would be wonderful to sail through life without being ill, reality dictates that as you get older, your system will begin to wear out and impacts of illness will become increasingly severe. Therefore, planning for long-term health care will aid you in developing a sound retirement strategy. Ideally, medical exams, diagnosis, treatment, and nursing care should all be covered by a basic retirement plan. According to a survey by the Fidelity Retiree, an average retired couple should have at least $300,000 saved for healthcare. This is assuming they want to pay for healthcare out of pocket, which is unlikely given the increasing healthcare expenses. Even a substantial estate can soon be exhausted. But that's where insurance comes in. Start by looking into the government's health insurance alternatives. In the United States, for example, retirees are eligible for Medicare at the age of 65. However, it's vital to remember that such health insurance plans aren't free, and you'll still have to pay monthly contributions to keep your Medicare coverage. Furthermore, Medicare isn't designed to cover long-term care or nursing facility expenditures. So if you don't prepare ahead, a health incident that necessitates long-term care could derail your retirement plans. This is why consulting a long-term care attorney is critical before embarking on your retirement journey. Make sure you understand your long-term care insurance alternatives. The good news is that many private health insurance firms offer coverage tailored to retirees. If you have a high income, you can pay higher premiums that cover all medical expenses, including nursing home costs. But if you want to keep your insurance costs as low as possible, make sure you have long-term healthcare plans in place. Whether that means arranging with family members or using Social Security, the earlier you plan, the better. Furthermore, keep in mind that cost of long-term care insurance rises with time. It will be less expensive when you start your policy at 55 than if you wait until 65. If you wait until it's too late, you'll face steep fees that will eat into your dwindling savings. Mistake number 4. Underestimating the cost of living during retirement. When the time comes to retire, you assume that your lifestyle will be carefree and cheaper. However, you'll soon learn that this is far from reality. Transitioning from a rigorous schedule to a relaxing work-free lifestyle can be a costly change. Housing, health, care, debt, travel, and children can all distort your original plan and take the joy out of your golden years. So what aspects should you consider when estimating your post-retirement living costs? Consider your housing status. Do you want to relocate after retirement? Will you be buying a new home, or will renting be a more cost-effective option? It turns out that many retirees rush off to the suburbs or to new nations, blissfully unaware of the costs involved. Make sure you know the cost of living in your ideal destination to put your intentions into proportion. This will make it easier for you to plan accordingly. Secondly, now that your 9-to-5 isn't standing in the way of your vacation time, you're free to tour the Caribbean without a worry in the world. When boredom strikes, simply pull out a map and choose your next destination. In essence, this is absolutely everyone's goal. But in reality, only a wealthy retiree can take the scenario from their minds and live it. But the biggest factor that separates those who are able to travel from those who aren't is planning. If you want to enjoy those laid-back days on the Hawaiian shore, start by creating an annual budget that will cover your trip expenses. This travel fund should be able to cover expenses like lodging, flight fees, shopping, and other sightseeing opportunities. Also, if you reach the age of 65, certain trip activities, such as climbing, will be prohibited. Therefore, you should also consider these factors when budgeting for your travel expenses. Finally, consider your children's age. If your children will still be in college when you retire, make sure you have enough money to cover their fees. This could mean investing in education, insurance, or incorporating your children's expenses with your retirement plan. The bottom line is that while planning for retirement, it's critical to make an accurate estimate of how much you'll be spending, taking into account any debts you may have and bills that may arise as you become older. A retirement rule of thumb indicates that you should be able to withdraw 4% of your retirement money each year. Getting the right estimate will determine if you'll need to obtain a side business to help you get through your golden years. Mistake number 5. Starting saving late. Starting late is the single most terrible retirement mistake you can make in life. It may sound cliche, but time is never on your side when it comes to retirement preparation. Imagine missing a train that only comes once a day. The only way to catch it is to arrive at the station before it arrives. However, many employees wonder if they are simply too late. While you, who are in their 20-something years olds, might think that retirement planning is only for the oldies, those who are over 40. Many people who open their 401ks express regret from delaying their retirement plans. If you want to earn a total income of $1 million for your retirement funds, you need to start saving from the day you get your first job. There are 2 major advantages to starting early. For one thing, as a 25-year-old, it permits you to make lesser contributions while still meeting your goals. For example, assuming a 7% rate of return, you only need to save $380 every month to reach the $1 million goal. However, if you wait until you're 45, you'll need to save up to $1,920 every month. Secondly, beginning early helps you to take full use of compound interest, which is like a superpower that grows your money from the day you save it to the day you withdraw it. These compounded returns accumulate each year, and those who benefit the most are those who begin saving early. Even if your portfolio is primarily comprised of stocks, hanging on to them for a long time may set you up for those hefty profits when you eventually offer liquidity. So, if you haven't started yet, now is the best time to do so. In fact, if you ask the wealthy how they've grown their wealth, many will credit their success to compound interest. This is because, in compounding interest, the interest you earn on your savings is reinvested, earning you more interest that can be reinvested again. In other words, compound interest accelerates the growth of your savings over time. And this is the reason why starting early is the best when planning your retirement funds. Thank you for watching this Thrive-tastic video. So if you found it valuable, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our awesome community. And if you're still hungry for more, we handpicked this awesome Thrive-tastic video for you to watch next. 11 terrible expenses rich people never pay.